persons, chairperson, deputies, and of course 3 dealing with Martin Pebu says he'll send his very soon, that he's almost ready. He wants a special prosecutor out of office. Oscar Mine says, Senate and Radio Gold, today marks the 24th birthday of my daughter Belinda Na Adoko Mine. So Belinda Na Adoko Mine of Osukinkawe. I wish her God blessings from your dad, Oscar Mine from Italy. So Oscar Mine says we should say a happy birthday to his daughter who turns 24 today, Belinda Na Adokomai of Osu Kinkawe. A happy birthday to you, Belinda. Happy birthday to you. I think there was one more birthday. We shall find that and read it out. Good morning to Peggy Abna Dodu. Well, let's go over the phone lines again and speak to Professor JASPER AYELAZUNO, who is an Associate Professor of Political Science at the University of Development Studies. Prof, thank you very much for your time. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Senator, and good morning to the team. Greetings from the people of Tamale and the northern part of the country.
Now, just a few weeks ago, the discussion we're having was on the removal of the Chief Justice. That seems to have actually been successful. Gertrude Okonu is no more Chief Justice. The Chief Justice now have to also deal with another issue that has to do with removal of persons who are occupying constitutional offices. In fact, if you read Article 146, which deals with the removal of just of the superior courts, which applies in the case of the EC chairperson and also in the case of the special prosecutor. It says a justice of the superior court or chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office. So the anticipation is that as far as possible, they shouldn't be touched. But the Constitution continues, except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. Should you be worried because of this direction, or does it boost our accountability measures?
Oh, thank you very much. I think your last point, whether it boosts our accountability measures, is clearly what is on display now with what is happening with these petitions. I think the constitutional governance that we practice, which is the anchor of our democracy, anticipated that some independent public institutions may do things that might not be in line with their work as institutions that are to ensure accountability and good governance in the country. So they provided all these checks and balances. Yes, President, you have the authority to appoint these bodies, and then these bodies, they have the autonomy to operate and do their jobs as much as possible. But then it doesn't mean that there are no checks on the president or these independent bodies. So this is the anchor of our democracy that we practice, that the Constitution provides checks and balances for political accountability to the people. And that's why ordinary citizens have the right under the Constitution to petition or to bring petitions against these autonomous bodies like the EC and the OSP, so that they can be held accountable. So I would think that this is in line with the principles of political accountability, as democracy rests on this principle that citizens should be able to hold their leaders and other public servants accountable. So this is just in the right direction. I think the petitions have been referred to the CJ, and in line with the same principles of accountability and giving the officers the chance to defend themselves, the rules of natural justice, the CJ will constitute a committee that will look into these petitions, and these officers will be given the chance to defend their actions, or even to clearly show that these petitions are baseless, they are frivolous or unmeritorious. And if the CJ finds that this is exactly what it is, then you recommend to the president that these petitions should be dismissed. So our constitution, no constitution is perfect, but the checks and balances provided by our constitution are good for our democracy.
What do we expect of people who occupy these offices when these petitions come and these issues are raised? What is the least we should expect from them?
I think the least we should expect from them is the way the Constitution gives them the opportunity to clearly defend themselves, and if possible to show clearly that these petitions are frivolous. So, I mean, you should be ready to submit yourself to these processes, constitutional processes. And it says that if you occupy a public office, you occupy that office in the interest of the people. And you should be ready to submit yourself to processes of accountability, especially if it has to do with your conduct and the way the citizens view your conduct. Then that will always be at the front and center of what you do as a public servant occupying these powerful positions. So when these petitions come, you go out there and then present your case, and so that you are doing the right thing. And for me, that's the least I expect from them, is to go and submit themselves to the processes, and then feel, empowered to also use all the constitutional processes to defend themselves, and probably to clear their names. Because at the end of the day, if they are found not to have been, not guilty of these accusations, they would have cleared their names, and that's what the Constitution provides. So I think this is not a big deal. If you are a public servant, you should be ready for things like this.
So they should be able to, first of all, make themselves available to answer the questions and discharge themselves so creditably these petitions are thrown out.
Yes. Or if you also, there's a possibility that there will be grounds for you to be, for further disciplinary action against you. And that's why every public servant, myself included, I occupy an office as Dean of the Faculty of Communication and Media Studies. Anytime you go to the office and you sit on that chair, your decisions should be guided by the interests of the public, because it is in their interest that you sit on that chair, that you occupy that office. So your character should be above reproach. The decisions you take must be based on the rules. So if you are guided by this, that you are just a public servant serving the people, you take decisions in the interest of the people. And that doesn't mean that people will not find ways to probably accuse you of wrongdoing. But what have you got to lose or to fear once you think that you have done the right thing according to the rules and regulations of the office that you hold? I will gladly submit myself, and so that there is nothing to these petitions. But if you are also somebody who goes there to do corrupt things, and then to line your pocket with the money of the people, or to play politics with your position, then you are likely to be found culpable of the crimes or the offenses that you have been accused of.
In fact, Solomon also of the United Party always insists that these are not, whenever those petitions come, we should not be thrown into a state of panic where everybody starts shouting, oh, they are going to remove, that this should be normal with offices of this nature. But people have still hold the opinion that these offices should not be touched. Where do you lean?
Oh, that is just a very, I don't know. I think it is a pedestrian, claim or assertion that these people shouldn't be touched. I mean, we are not dealing with saints. Even the president can be touched. The president can be impeached because we know that we are humans, and actually they can be nasty, nasty human beings that will find themselves into these offices and can do all kinds of things with the powers that they are given by the positions they occupy. And that can hurt many innocent citizens. Imagine the office of special prosecutor. It's a very important office that is supposed to investigate corruption, especially corruption of politically exposed people. And we know that corruption is a big problem in Africa, in Ghana. So such a person is given the powers to investigate, but he should also be held accountable to the same principles of transparency and accountability. So I don't think they should be they are untouchable. They should be held accountable. Imagine the office of the EC, the chairman and her deputies. They are key election administrative officials whose decisions and actions, if not checked, can actually just throw the whole stability and consolidation of our democracy into chaos and instability. So I think this is normal stuff. And I to re-emphasize, if you are a public servant, you go there. For me, I'm always guided. When I go there, I do as I'm supposed to do, serving the citizens who have given you that authority. So that it's not power, it's authority given to you, because it's not unlimited power. You are checked by rules and regulations. So if you are guided by these principles that you are just a public servant, you do the right thing. And when somebody accuses you, you are actually happy to go and clear your name. So I think this should be, in the spirit of checks and balances, these public servants or public independent bodies should be held accountable like any other person or any other institution is held accountable.
And for many people, they have to face the CJ's committee, and for many, the fact that the Chief Justice of the land, someone like Justice Emi Yeboah, is the one handling this matter. Does that give a cause to be at least expect that this thing will be done? Some thorough scrutiny will be applied in this case.
Is it Justice? Is it Justice Emi Yeboah?
No. Justice Bafoboni. Yes. Justice Bafoboni.
Yes.
Sorry, you're right.
Yes. So Justice Bafoboni, like we know, even those who were opposed to his nomination as Chief Justice, they have acknowledged that his credibility is beyond reproach. Everybody acknowledges that he has integrity. And such a person, if he constitutes a committee, you should feel, some sense of relief that all these behind the scenes manipulations of the system may not happen, because he will stand his ground and he will remain as neutral and